Hey there. So I was thinking about, one of the many questions that I get is in regards to, of course, meditation. I've been meditating now for many, many years. It started when I was healed of cluster headaches in 2006. And I started meditating on the love of Christ. And so I've been doing this for a long time, and I've learned a lot of different things. And you probably know that I put together a program called Amazing Life, 40-day journey of transformation that has gone around the world and has been such a blessing to so many people. I'm very grateful to continually receive so many testimonies from people about how much their lives have been impacted. People have experienced incredible healings. People who were basically dying were healed by going through the program, and so many other deeply emotional, mental, and spiritual things people have received such tremendous healing in. So that's been a tremendous blessing. But one of the things that I'm learning more and more about meditation is that the real problem that most of us has is the constant business of the mind. Our mind is always talking to us. It's just very busy, and you can't shut. And I hear this, people all the time tell me, I have such a hard time shutting off my mind. And how do I do it? Well, one of the things that is important to understand about the mind is that the mind is inclined to think about the past or the future. And whenever you think about the past, you're always making a judgment about the past. And judgment is always anti-unconditional love. Whenever you make a judgment about anything, that is not love. That is not unconditional love. And if you think of God as being unconditional love, then making a judgment or condemning something or whatever word you want to use, that's a form of judgment. And that, in a sense, causes us to be unconscious to unconditional love and unaware of unconditional love, which is who God is. So the mind also, as I said, works in the past, but also in the future. And a lot of times the future is because we're not happy with the present. When we're not happy with the present, we always seek to we always try to change the future. And I'm not suggesting that you should not have dreams and goals. We do a lot of teaching on that, and we do, I have a book about it. So yeah, I believe that very, very much. There's something about dreams. But the moment that we think that the future is going to give us happiness, and we are dissatisfied with the present, we're not happy with the present, then the dream in itself is actually the thoughts you have about the future is actually a form of judgment. You have judged your current life as not good, and you have judged something to be better that you don't have right now, which is anti or opposite of unconditional love. So this is how the mind works. So meditation then is to get to the point where we actually begin to silence our thoughts. When our thoughts are, that busy noise in your head is just shut off, and you just focus. And one of the things that I have learned is this, that when you just focus on the present moment, when you just consider what you're doing right now, when you're just heavily involved in something. So if you're playing sports, for example, then you're heavily involved in that particular moment. If you're painting something, or if you're reading something, you're doing something that you're not thinking about the past, you're not thinking about the future, and therefore you're not making a judgment about it, and therefore you're actually you're closer to unconditional love and grace. So I find that if you can get to that point where your mind is not focused on the past or the present, if you can get your thought life in that particular direction, then it's easier to meditate. And then as you begin to meditate, you're really beginning to become more and more aware of unconditional love. And the more you become aware of unconditional love, the more you become aware of God and all the creativity and all the innovation that comes from knowing God. And it is so life transforming and so helpful. So I just thought I would share this with you today, and I hope that's a blessing to your life. Thank you for listening.